Hey, what's up guys? It's Scares here. Now our first story for today comes from Jake Paul. So just yesterday, Jake Paul announced to everyone that he's in negotiations for his next fight. And he gave us a sneak peek at who exactly he's fighting, and it looks like he's going to be fighting the well-known ex-influencer Andrew Tate. Now for those of you who don't know who Andrew Tate is, this guy used to be a pro kickboxer and he's been very well known on social media. There was tons of accounts posting his TikToks, but many of you might know him from his past controversies. He has been in a ton of different controversies, especially when it comes to his comments on women and different issues in our society, and he's been so controversial that he was actually banned off of most of social media. And ever since Andrew Tate was banned and deplatformed a few months ago, he's been a lot less popular. You don't see his videos on TikTok as much anymore, and it looks like he is now going to come back to fight Jake Paul. Now this announcement video already has over 10 million views on Twitter. There are tons of people talking about this, and there are a lot of people asking the question, who exactly should we root for? Jake Paul or Andrew Tate? Because a lot of people don't like either of them. I mean, these two people are some of the most controversial creators we've ever seen, and they are now going to be fighting. Now our next story for today comes from the banned YouTuber EDP445. So for those of you who don't know, EDP was a massive YouTuber with millions of subscribers, but last year he was actually caught doing something horrible. There was a whole sting operation that caught him trying to message an underage decoy, and he even tried to meet up with her. And when they filmed him and they caught him trying to meet up with this underage decoy, he said here that he was just trying to get a cupcake, okay? And that was his big excuse for going to the exact location where he was supposed to meet up with this underage fan.
Okay. Go ahead. Well, I was actually coming out here to pick up a cupcake and then go back home. There was, nothing, because I'm not like that. Well, obviously the text messages and stuff like that, you know what I mean? But yeah, that was all that was going to happen.
Well, obviously no one bought EDP's story, and YouTube quickly banned him off the entire platform here. He has not been able to get back on YouTube. YouTube will continue banning his channels whenever he tries to get back on, but EDP has been able to make a huge following, and this is on TikTok. And his most recent TikTok that he just posted is very concerning to people. In this TikTok, EDP literally says here that he got his cupcake. So in this video, he's making a joke out of the whole situation, and this TikTok blew up his channel even more. This video made over 5 million views in only one day on his TikTok. So this is really concerning. I mean, it's been over half a year now since we even talked about EDP, but it just looks like he's continuing to grow his fan base on TikTok, and his TikTok now makes more views than his YouTube channel used to make. So this is very disturbing to people, especially because TikTok is not taking action. It seems like TikTok bans people for very small things, but for some reason they just have completely ignored the EDP situation, and now he has a bigger fan base than he ever had on YouTube. EDP is also now doing interviews with YouTubers talking about the situation, and while he does dodge a lot of the questions about the exact situation, what happened, it sounds like he doesn't think he did anything wrong during these interviews.
Oh, okay, so my chat has a question. So one of my mods asks if you got in trouble with the feds after that whole incident, like the whole incident that happened. Yeah. No, not at all.
No, okay. Nothing ever happened.
Okay.
I tell people, well, I was never questioned, never arrested, never detained, never asked to come in. As a matter of fact, if I have my lawyer at the time draw up charges against the motherfuckers, I could, because first off, they were impersonating police officers. You can't do that.
Yeah.
Impersonating officers, entrapment, pain and suffering, loss wages, so much fucking shit, dude. But it's like, me personally, I decided to take the high road. One of my favorite shows is Law and Order SVU. I've been seeing some shit on there. I have to fucking turn that shit off, dude, because I'm damn near sick to my stomach. I'd be damn near throwing up.
So you was really going there for a cupcake?
Say it again?
I mean, so you was really going up there for a cupcake?
No comment, bro. Talk to my lawyer.
For sure.
My fault. Oh yeah, real. All right.
So as you were saying, you were watching Law and Order. That shit makes you sick to your stomach, pretty much.
Right.
Now the next story for today's video is extremely disturbing. This comes from the well-known creator Pokimane. Now Pokimane is one of the top female creators on Twitch and YouTube, and recently Pokimane posted a TikTok that went crazy viral because she talked about the disturbing lengths that some of her creepy stalkers will go in order to blackmail her and to get her personal home address and to even solicit nude photos.
It all started a couple weeks ago when I got an email from this company called Newai. If you don't know, they make like loungewear, bras, undergarments, things like that. And I actually mentioned them in one of my past videos. And sometimes when you order from a company and you talk about them, since they have your email from the order that you made, they'll email you and just say like, oh, thank you for the shout out. So afterwards, they sent me like this PowerPoint of this new collection that they want to launch. And they said that they just need my measurements and my address and that they'll send me like 3 custom bras. They follow up a few days later when I'm back in LA, and I go to take my measurements, and that's when I look at the email with the diagram they sent me and everything, and I realize that they weren't showing me how to take my measurements. They were asking me to put tape measure around me and send them a photo of my bare chest. No company is going to ask you to send them a photo of your yitties. So that's when I realized this whole time I've been speaking to a scammer. They made a fake email pretending to be working at the company, and they added the same ending that the company would use, but then they put @hotmail.com. But they were also forwarding me fake emails from their fake boss. They made a fake multi-page PowerPoint. The amount of effort they put in is both comical and frightening. I don't even want to think about what they would have done if I actually sent them anything. Whether it's extort me for money, blackmail me. Like, if they have my address, it's even worse.
Now our next story for today has to do with Twitter. So obviously most of the content we show in these videos is from Twitter. It's a great way to share what creators are thinking and what they're saying online. Well, for those you don't know, a few weeks ago, the richest man on the planet, Elon Musk, actually took over Twitter. So he's now the guy in charge of Twitter. Now when Elon first talked about buying Twitter earlier this year, it sounded like one of his main ideas for Twitter was to make it a free speech platform where you could say and do whatever you wanted. But it turns out that that's not the case. Actually, there were a lot of YouTubers that were clowning on Elon when he actually took over Twitter. They were changing their whole account profile to Elon Musk. They were impersonating him. The huge YouTuber Klein, who obviously doesn't like Elon Musk, he actually started to make jokes about Elon on Twitter. He completely impersonated him by changing his profile photo and name to Elon Musk so people would think that it was him. And then he started tweeting out some pretty horrible things on his account to make it look like he is really Elon tweeting out these things. Now obviously these tweets were completely blowing up. He was making tens of thousands of likes and retweets every hour, and this is because many people thought that it really was Elon tweeting this out, and there also were people that thought this was just straight up funny. And to try and not get banned, Ethan tried to follow the rules here by making his own Twitter header say it's a parody account and also putting it in his Twitter bio. But within only a few hours, Ethan was completely banned off of Twitter. And it looks like Ethan has been permanently banned off the whole platform here. So he can no longer go on Twitter. You're not going to see Ethan tweeting or responding to people over Twitter anymore. And there was very mixed responses to Ethan's ban here. Obviously, you had people who dislike Ethan, like the Quartering, calling him out over this. But it looks like the YouTuber The Ackman defended Ethan and criticized Elon here. He tweeted out saying, imagine spending $44 billion just to silence criticism and parodies of yourself on a social media website. Now, Elon himself has really been getting a ton of backlash recently over banning these accounts for impersonation because people are saying here that Elon wanted free speech, so why can't anyone do whatever they want on Twitter? Obviously, that's not how it works, and Elon has actually clarified tonight saying that going forward, accounts engaged in parody must include parody in their name, not just in their bio. And the next story for our video today is also very serious. This comes from the massive YouTuber True Geordie. Now, Geordie is huge on YouTube. This guy is well known for his breakdowns of different fights, and also he has a podcast. He's very well known, but recently he made comments on his podcast that have made a lot of people upset with him, and this is because he was talking about the influencer Andrew Tate. Now, we talked about Andrew Tate before. Now, for those who don't know, Geordie and Andrew Tate have a lot of beef. These guys both hate each other, and they've called each other out before, but recently Andrew Tate said that he's going to convert to Islam, and when Andrew Tate actually did convert, on one of Geordie's live streams, he made an incredibly disrespectful and Islamophobic comment.
Are you fighting Andrew Tate? Mate, come on.
Andrew Tate's got God on his side now. There's no way Brian would win that.
Although I would gladly myself up if I could take that fucking shit bag with us.
That's the use of a stereotype there, which is obviously not what he...
I'm just saying, if he really wants to prove it, do the right thing.
So obviously, people were incredibly outraged with Geordie over this comment. They could not believe he would say something like this, and even Andrew Tate himself came out and responded to Geordie's disrespectful comments towards him. Just watch this.
There's not many people in the world I have a personal beef with. I've had some internet beefs back and forth. There's very few people I personally dislike. One of them is True Geordie. Anyone who's followed me long enough understands why. And now, after me converting to Islam, he made a piece on one of his podcasts saying that I'm not true in my conversion, and then insulted all Muslims, making fucking racist comments about an entire religion, as if that's somehow funny. Let me tell you something, my friend, and if True Geordie, if you're watching this is a message directly to you. There are certain times in life you need to know when to shut the fuck up. There are certain things which are not funny. Certain things that are not beyond reprisal. You don't sit and insult a man's religion. Just like you don't insult a man's entire company and the people who work for him, that's one thing. But to insult my religion, and the religion of billions of people across the fucking planet, thinking that's going to go without consequence, you're going to learn very quickly, my friend, that was a mistake.
So the next day, Geordie came out and apologized for this whole thing on his YouTube channel. Just watch this.
I made a joke in questioning that newfound faith of his that conveniently comes at a time when he needs as many supporters as he can get. It was a stupid joke. Now, when I say that out loud, when I'm aware of it, fucking horrendous. You know, it was one of those off-the-cuff remarks that I made with a total lack of thought. And I used an unrealistic stereotype to take aim at someone who seriously dislikes me. Obviously, I don't believe that's what Muslims actually do. And I don't actually want Mr. Potato Head to die, as much as I don't really like him.
So this apology video made people even more mad, and he got tons of backlash on this. It is over 100,000 dislikes as of right now, and this is because people felt like he wasn't really apologizing. The top comment says, "This was not an apology, it was damage control, and you made this so clear." So the aftermath for this whole situation has been horrible for Geordie. One of his top sponsorships, Gymshark, just recently dropped him, PokerStars dropped him, and then just last night, My Protein also dropped him, and it looks like he was just banned from Twitch as well. So Geordie is really losing everything right now off of these comments. Well, Geordie made a new video last night where he further apologizes for this whole situation. Just watch this.
Hey guys, I've taken the time out the last few days to just come to terms with how much my words have upset people. The first step was to just listen to all of you, all the tweets, the comments, the messages, my friends, and just to communicate with as many people as I could who were affected by my comments on the live stream. It's massively important to me to hear your point of view on what I said. I want to take as much of it as I can in and digest that and improve. I want to do better. I know for some of you out there, I'm a role model, and I want to try to set the best example I possibly can for you lot. I know I was wrong, and I want to stand up, not hide away, and I want you to see that I'm truly sorry for what I said, and it is not acceptable.
And that's it for our video today, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, please be sure to leave a thumbs up, and I'll see you later. Peace.